Alright, my little pretties, welcome back to another episode of, it's another discussion video, I guess, so you can kind of say that. Today, in this discussion video, I am going to be talking about the Geoshea wiki. Now, I remember I did, a video on why I don't like it, last year, but given by the fact that, it wasn't really as good as I expected it to be, I'm going to go right ahead and explain why I don't like Geoshea wiki. Now, first of all, I want to say, if you like Geoshea wiki, that's fine. I respect your opinion. But this is just my opinion on Geoshea wiki. Now, if you probably have seen Shadow Reader's video on why he doesn't like Geoshea wiki, or aka creative writing is dead, whatever you prefer to call, you probably understand that, Shadow Reader was absolutely angry about the fact that, Geoshea is just not is not a good site, which, if all due sincerity, I agree with him. The site is just nothing but garbage, cliche garbage in there. Even though there are very few good lost episode pastas on there, but most of them are still crap. But, with all due sincerity, I agree with Shadow. There are some lost episode pastas on Geoshea that are good. I've seen a few of them on there that are good, but when you look deeper, you could find some new curry pastas on there, new lost episode ones, but they're garbage, in my opinion. Mainly, they're either the grammar is terrible, impossible to read, or something like that, or even they add too many cliches in it. That is the kind of thing that I really have to say why I don't like Geoshea. The reason why I will go on Geoshea is if a fan of mine, my friends like Matthew Bumford, The Dark Cat, and even Secret Street Fighter, any people or any of my fans who wrote a story on there and they posted there, that will be the only time I will go on there to read their story. Other than that, the Geoshea wiki is just completely and utterly garbage. I'm going to be honest with Geoshea, it's just garbage, in my opinion. I'm going to be honest right here when I say this, is that Spin Pasta, it's slowly becoming like Geoshea. In Spin Pasta, you get good stories or decent ones, but then all of a sudden you get ones that are just garbage. None that are really good or any sort of way, I'm being honest. I've seen, a couple new stories on Geoshea, and, they're garbage because obviously nobody wants to put time and effort into the stories anymore. Why is that the case? Well, I'm afraid that's a question I'm not going to understand. I'm not going to understand why people on Geoshea still put up, I'm not saying any of you guys have done it, not many of you guys. I'm not saying your story sucks. What I'm trying to say is that people that post, cliche stories that have just full of cliches, or they just have no time and effort into them, those are the kind of stories I really don't like. The stories that are just focused on blood, gore, hyper-realistic crap, all of it. I don't get it why people have to incorporate that. And they even incorporate VHS tape cliches, DVD cliches. This is the kind of reason why I hate the Geoshea wiki. And I'm going to be completely honest when I say it, is that the Geoshea wiki, in my opinion, is just one of those horrid websites I've ever been to. Sadly, Spin Pasta is becoming like that too. And I'm not even joking. And the Troll Pasta wiki, if you've seen Shadow's, rant on it back on his old channel, it did get taken down at one point, the wiki, but it's back up, by the way. It goes by Lol Pasta wiki. And to be completely honest, I'm looking at it, and every time I look at the Lol Pasta wiki, there are some garbage stories on there, and I have read some of them. One of them being, I think it was a Pokleo curry pasta, and I found it to be quite creepy, but I think it's just kind of dumb in my opinion. I can't remember what Pokleo curry pasta was. I think it was a lost episode one where, it had the demon cliche in it. Oh my god, I wouldn't get that out of my mind. I could kind of say, if you watch my discussion video on lost episode, bad lost episode, creepypastas need to stop, if you watch that video, then you'll probably get the idea on why I exactly don't read, those kind of pastas. But why do I do that? I just want to help people succeed and do better with their writing. That is what my job is. That's what Shadow Reader's job is. Skyrunner did at one point. Space Voyager did as well. And, I'm pretty sure BC Network did as well. And Bailey, all of my fans who know the Shadow Reader, they have taken a look at creepypastas. Even newer ones that have the grammar, slightly better. But it's still not good. And you know what's disappointing? On the Geoshea Wiki, they have like a category saying best pasta. And when you look at best pasta, you think they're like all good creepypastas. But no, they're garbage. And why is that? I'm afraid I'm not gonna understand this. But to be honest, I'm gonna be honest when I say this, is that the episode itself is just completely messed up. The episodes on there, I know most of them are garbage, but some of them that are decent are okay, I guess. But then there's other ones that are just completely garbage. And I could definitely say and understand, why a lot of people don't like Geoshea in their own little way. And I could definitely say that, this is actually one of them that I do have to say, Geoshea Wiki. However, I know there are other stories that are decent or good, even though they may not be the best ones out there. But they still do okay. Like, I'm not trying to sound rude. But what I'm trying to get at is that, people on Geoshea Wiki just don't understand how to do stuff anymore. And this is the very disappointing thing. Is that Geoshea Wiki of its own self is just nothing else more but a cliche mess. Yes, it's a cliche mess. I'm gonna be completely and utterly honest, but it's actually true. I actually take a look and I could find out, it's just completely garbage in my opinion. And, to be completely honest, there's like nothing good about the Geoshea Wiki. Like, the only thing good about it is that if a fan wrote me a story on there and it's really good, then that's when I'll like Geoshea Wiki. But other than that, it's not good. I simply, try to find good lost episode pastas, but only to find out that, it's not good. I seriously don't understand why anyone would think, it's a good idea to sit there and, do all that. And, what's really sucks is that the story itself is just completely and utterly cliche. And, every time I try to find, a story, it's just, it's really a rarity to come to these stories. I try to sit there and, come up with a good story, and then all of a sudden I just look at it, I was like, okay, what the actual hell am I reading? This is simply why I don't like the Geoshea Wiki, but not just that, this is kind of the reason why lost episode pastas are dying now. That's kind of like a reason why a lot of creepypastas are dying now. Because no one is willing to put the time and effort into the story. This is kind of the reason why it's just... okay. Kind of the reason why this, most creepypastas turn out not to be the good creepypastas I've ever seen. Now, I can understand why Shadow Reader doesn't like it. And I can understand why he doesn't care about Geoshea Wiki. The only time I'll go on it is if someone wrote me a story on there. That's the only reason why I would go on Geoshea. But other than that, I wouldn't go on it because it's just so bad. To be completely fair, I didn't like Geoshea Wiki even before I got to know Shadow Reader. Like, when I used to know Andal, which I still do know Andal, but I don't really talk to him very much because it's been quite a long time. But I could definitely say is that I don't even know what to say anymore. The Geoshea Wiki, I have to say, it's just garbage, in my opinion. If you like Geoshea Wiki, that's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine too. But I could definitely say, this story needs to be finished. Like, I'm being honest with this story, because this story is like, one of the stories that I do have to say, and I'm going to be completely honest, is that the Geoshea wiki, it's sad that spin pasta is slowly becoming like that, because they add, so many garbage stories on there, too. And I don't understand. I'm afraid I don't understand why that's not the case, because other than that, a lot of pastas are tend to die now. That's the kind of reason why a lot of curry pastas do tend to die, because it's just not good. I've seen a lot of... I go back on Geoshea Wiki every once in a while, and I see that there are new stories on there, but then there's even ones that don't have good grammar and stuff in it, so that's kind of the reason why, Geoshea Wiki is just absolutely not that good. I'm being honest, people. I'm not trying to sound rude, but I'm being completely and utterly honest. With the creepypastas itself, I understand if you guys like Geoshea Wiki. That's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what I'm trying to say is that, the story itself is just completely and utter, the stories on there, most of them is just, how do you put it, not great. I did see some stuff on spin pasta, and it's kind of the same like Geoshea. It's sad, but, it's still kind of, why, basically. Okay. With the sad thing is that best pasta or pasta of the month or something like that, you will even go there and then the stories are not good. It's another reason why I really don't like Geoshea. And it's kind of the reason why I can definitely say why Space Voyager or Skyrunner or even Shadow Reader don't like Geoshea. I can understand and see why they don't like it, because there's nothing good about it anymore. And however, there are some good, creepypastas on there, but they don't get as popular as crappy ones. And this is the kind of the reason why I really don't really care about Geoshea. If you guys like it, that's fine. Like, I don't have a problem if you guys like Geoshea, because this is just my opinion on it. Now, another reason why is because, I've seen a couple of them that have cliche madness, and the grammar turns out not to be good. The grammar turns out to be absolutely unreadable, hard to read, and, sometimes they even go as far as to, ripping off other stories. Yes, there are a couple of creepypastas that do tend to rip off other stories, which I count that as lazy, because, if you rip off other stories from, let's just say I take a story from, let's just see, for example, I want to make a story of Foursquare, like that, for example, and then I take a story, I take a part of it, or I copy the whole thing, which would say, Squidward's suicide, make it like, that, and take, Squidward's suicide and post it as that, and then just change up letters in that. That's called plagiarism. And this is the reason why I despise Geoshea. Because they sit there and, do that. I'm not even joking when I say this. They sit there and do that. I don't understand why people do tend to do that. But if you copy another story, that does not make your story scary. And people are going to realize that's from another story. They're going to recognize that, and they're not going to like your story. If you do that, your story's not going to look good. I should know because, I've read some stories on Geoshea before. And you guys who have followed me for a long time should already know that. I have seen some messed up stuff on Geoshea and stuff. If you guys go on Geoshea, that's fine. That's your opinion. I can't stop you. But what I am trying to say right now is that the Geoshea Wiki of its own self is just completely and utterly insane and garbage. At least to me that is. I don't understand why, some of the stories that, should be taken down are still up. I'm not even joking. I noticed, one time the site got hacked, and a lot of the stories got taken down, and I think 20 or something stories still stayed there. But then, I'm afraid I just don't understand why, Geoshea is not doing anything. I think it's the staff. The staff there really needs to take a stand, do something with the bad creepypastas. Like, wipe out all the bad creepypastas, leave the good ones, or even decent ones on there. Now, I'm going to be honest, people, is to try your best when you come to write this story. I've read some of your guys' stories on here, and you know, most of them are good, but I did read a few bad ones on there from you guys, and I'm not trying to say who or anything, not sounding rude. I'm being honest with my, you know, opinion-wise and stuff like that. Kind of the reason why, you know, Geoshea is basically a dead site is because, you know, nobody seems to care about, you know, what they want to put. And, you know, it's sad that, you know, Spin Pasta is becoming like that, but I hope Spin Pasta does something different. I hope they don't sit there and, you know, let everything, you know, happen like in Geoshea, and I hope that they do something different. I know they can do something, which I do know for a fact that they will. But unfortunately, until, you know, Geoshea approves better with, you know, guidelines and that, they said, you know, if the grammar's good or even no little to no cliches are used, your story will stay up, and the ones that are not good either get taken down or stay up, or even at the very least, when you make a good pasta and you post on there, your story can get vandalized, which is kind of the reason why I don't post my story on wikis very much, is because, you know, with, you know, like, Spin Pasta is because, you know, people can vandalize your story, they can mess everything up, and it's a really messed up, it's really messed up. I can definitely say that. Now, I remember putting my Hex Girls Fury Pasta on there, and it got vandalized so many times. And, you know, I got sick and tired of it, so I stopped don't even bother posting anything on Spin Pasta anymore. Because it seems that nobody seems to care. And, you know, you will get some people that will vandalize your story. I'm not even joking. You will get some people that could vandalize your story on Geoshea. Not just Geoshea, but Spin Pasta is slowly becoming like Geoshea, so that's obviously not surprising. What I can definitely say is if you're going to post a story on Geoshea, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what I usually do is post them, you know, on other sites where people can't vandalize it, or even at the very least they do something else with it. Because it seems to me that nobody seems to care about the Geoshea wiki. I'm sorry, but it's the honest truth. I'm not even trying to sound, you know, like a jerk or anything, but I'm just trying to, you know, get this out there. Now, if you did see my old video, you know, why I don't like the Geoshea wiki, I probably, you know, was ranting like crazy. But I'm not doing it this time because I know exactly what the site is like. If you want to go see Shadow's video on it, feel free to. It's online if you guys want to know. It's completely and utterly insane. It's just completely garbage. I don't even know why the site is still even there or exists to this day. I'm even sickened by the fact that Geoshea is still there. What's the sad thing is that I hope the staff improves on that site, like the admins. I really hope they do improve the site a bit more. Otherwise, it's just going to be more hard for people to sit there and, you know, find good stories, because lost episode pastas nowadays are like difficult to find good ones. Now, I do understand, you know, some people are new to it, and, you know, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that they do something on there, like try something a little different. I get that. But what they're doing is, you know, I'm not saying all people do this, but, and, you know, don't even get me started on saying, oh, what if a kid wrote this? I'm getting so tired of people saying stuff like, what if a kid wrote this pasta? Because, you know, here's the thing. You have to be at least 13 or older to be on these kind of sites. Like, you have to be at least of age to look at these kind of sites. Or even, you know, be on Geoshea. You know, because although people can lie about their age, that is something I can definitely say. People can lie about their age, and the story ends up not being good, which, of course, I'm going to be honest. The Geoshea wiki, I really hope the staff, you know, improves. Because if they don't improve, the story is not going to end up looking good. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not trying to sound rude, but it's the honest truth. I want people, if you're going to put a story on Geoshea, please take what I have to say and just try your best. At least try. Make your story as good as you possibly can, even if your lost episode doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I could definitely say, if you still like Geoshea Wiki, that's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine too, because I'm respecting your opinion. But what I can say right now is that, I'm sorry, but Geoshea Wiki is just a mess right now. And I really hope the site improves maybe in 10 years or so. I have a feeling in 10 years it's probably just going to be the same. But, could possibly change. But, it's hard to say. But I would like to, suggest that the site does better. The site does a lot better and they do more stuff on there. Because, even if they do improve, and even though it's still a cliche mess, and they improve on the grammar will still at least be decent. But this is just kind of my opinion on Geoshea Wiki. If you don't like this opinion, that's fine. If you like it, that's fine too. And I'm okay with it. Okay. I think I kind of already, explained about it. This video is long as it is. Okay. Now, to the people that use Geoshea for writing and do good stories like Matthew Bumford, Secret Street Fighter, and even what was it again? And even Dark Cat, keep doing what you're doing. Put as much time and effort into your stories as you can, because I guarantee you will succeed you will all succeed, and you are doing what you're doing right now, guys. I do appreciate the hard work and stuff like that. But to the people that are writing stories on Geoshea, please improve and try to improve as best as you can. Even if your creepypasta is not perfect, it will at least give you a chance to try. That's exactly what I can give. I'm not sounding rude. I'm only saying my opinion on the site. Now, this is my own opinion on the site, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below on, Geoshea Wiki. Let me know about it, and I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. I think I'm gonna be wrapping it up because I'm already explained it about what's going on. So I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and please roll the outro because I'm out of here.